Welcome back to American Agenda. I'm Bob Sellers along with Heather Childers. New York Attorney General Letitia James announcing a shocking conclusion to her 5-month sexual assault investigation against Governor Andrew Cuomo.
These interviews and pieces of evidence reveal a deeply disturbing yet clear picture. Governor Cuomo sexually harassed current and former state employees in violation of both federal and state laws. Governor Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women, many of whom were young women, by engaging in unwanted groping, kisses, hugging, and by making inappropriate comments.
All right. Now, Governor Cuomo, a couple hours ago, came out and denied any wrongdoing, even mentioned the victims by names, gave some sort of narrative explaining certain things that he was accused of. Let's bring in Joe Tacopina, our legal expert here. Joe, as you look at what we've seen, now there are a long list of allegations against Governor Cuomo. Some have been out there in public. Some of these are new. How do you see this unfolding? Because Letitia James, the AG, said that he violated some federal and state laws.
You know, and I noticed one thing. Listen, these are serious allegations, Bob, and I understand the severity of them. But I also am loath to jump to conclusions based on a report of someone, by the way, who's not made it a secret that she wants the governor's job. Letitia James has said repeatedly that she wants to be the next governor. So going after your political opponent, I don't know, to me, it seems like not the right person to be doing an investigation. The person spearheading an investigation like this, such an important investigation, really should be independent and the investigation should be objective. But that being said, I will note there was a footnote. I just read her report. There was a footnote in that report that said, although the conduct was unlawful, we are not determining it that is prosecutable. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's to me a complete contradiction of what this case is about. If in fact he did these things, and I don't mean what is groping? Is groping in today's day and age, groping, is that putting your hand on someone's shoulder, giving them a pat, or is it something more with sexual connotations that we all, I think, understand groping to be when you fondle someone inappropriately? But groping, is it putting your hand on someone's shoulder and a pat? Is that groping? I mean, because if these are unlawful acts, they are criminal acts. Yet she makes a note in her report to point out that these are not things that are prosecutable, or they're not determining that's prosecutable. And that makes me concerned.
Right. She tried to make clear, in her words, that the investigation was civil in nature and no criminal consequences. But when you talk about that groping incident, at least one incident in which Cuomo groped the breast of an individual, that was reportedly brought to the attention of the Albany police. So would that potentially change anything down the road?
But, Heather, it's been brought to the attention of the police and not been acted on.
Okay.
I say this, again, I'm going back to the report issued by the Attorney General. Mm-hmm. And the Attorney General has made a statement that is, to me, completely inconsistent with someone who's doing an independent investigation, which is this. She said, I believe women, and I believe these 11 women. The first part of that statement, I'm reading her report, the first part of that statement is symptomatic of the problem. In today's Me Too era, people are far too quick to simply accept accounts of a complainant based on their gender. And with that predisposition, an investigator really looks for evidence to support their belief rather than objectively look to see where the evidence leads. And you have to really question that whole analysis. So look, a lot of these people have come forward lately. Maybe they're emboldened by the Me Too movement. And I'm not saying they're lying. Okay, I mean, people do lie. We know that people lie all the time for various reasons, various motivations. But there's other reasons that people could be mistaken in today's spectrum of the Me Too movement. When any touch becomes inappropriate, any comment becomes inappropriate. I mean, there was the back and forth, Bob, with the state trooper in Cuomo, which to me, I can't understand why that was even part of this report. But
Joe,
it's different.
Joe, we've got like 20 seconds. Do you see anything in there that goes beyond proof-wise, he said, she said?
No, it's a he said, she said case all the way through. And that doesn't make it not provable. It just makes it
Right.
one we really have to focus on the credibility of both the complainant and the allegation itself.
And you have at least the one incident that was, in fact, turned over to the police. Joe, if I can ask you one other question, just in terms of Cuomo's response today. I'm not sure if you were able to listen to that, but where he was actually calling out some of these women by name. If this were to turn into some type of criminal investigation, possible criminal charges, what about victim intimidation?
But I mean, everyone I've heard him call out seemed to have been mentioned in some newspaper article or something already.
Okay.
I mean, you know, so if they've already put themselves out there, they can't then subsequently say, "Oh my God, I want to hide behind anonymity. I want to hide behind the fact that I'm a victim." I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too, so to speak. So he is doing what he needs to do to defend himself. Again, I'm not an arbiter of the facts, guys. I'm not saying that people are lying or not, but I'm saying let's take a step back and realize who the author of this report is and what she has said in the past.
Okay.
All right. Joe Tacopina, thank you, sir.
Bob, Heather, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik slamming Cuomo's response on Twitter, saying this: Cuomo is digging in, truly believes he is above the law, and he unbelievably starts by complaining